Everybody, it's Victus. Time to run here the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Saturday, Mosh Pit. I hope your weekends have been going off to a fantastic start. We are still waiting for the next video to cross 3,000 likes. Let's make it happen, man. Let's just do it. Let's just freaking do it. Let's get into ourselves. We had a great week of runs, really, including the Ultra Hard Challenge, but let's just get her done. Let's get her done. Thank you, everybody, for all the support and the comments, obviously, and everyone who came by the live stream, as I always thank you all as well. Here's your meme of the day, brought to you by Prestigious Turn 268. On this Invictus subreddit, title thread was, "Who knew it could take you to the Ultra Secret Room?" And then in the meme, it said, "When Isaac player is reading the fine print on Broken Remote after watching episode 245. I'm still baffled to this day that the Broken Remote can take you to the Ultra Secret Room. That is... I mean, that's amazing. Like, it's just one more reason why teleport meta is king, baby. Remember, we also had Eden's Blessing, which is why we're getting the second item here. Juliet Charlie 928 Mike Papa Tango. Oh my god, this movement speed, obviously we're going to be hurt from Small Rock, but the bigger of the problem is going to be our lack of shot speed. Well, no, our movement speed is still pretty bad. However, we do have ourselves a little bit of help in the form of Unicorn Stump. So if we need to, we can hopefully... It's one of the few times where I wouldn't mind having an orbital. Being able to use an orbital as offense in every single room is pretty OP. You're seeing here Venus is our other item that we got, and Venus will charm anything that is currently facing Isaac, because he looks so charming in the Venus wig. And it's very good. It's very good for crowd control. It doesn't last very long, but even if it gets one kill that you didn't have to do in every single room, it's going to be worth it. We also have Curse the Lost, obviously, which means we cannot see the entire floor. Still looking for our item room. I don't know how I missed that. Unless I went into it and I've already forgotten the item, which is honestly probably like the case here. Yeah. As much as I want to, well, let's see if we get an orbital. If we don't get an orbital, I will take Diplopia. If we do get an orbital, I'm going to stick with Unicorn Stump. I definitely did not go this way, so I definitely did not go into the item room. Definitely. We can pay 1 bond to get 2 here, which I will happily take as well. Yeah, this week's been good. It's been a very solid week of runs. I feel like I've been playing pretty well. Haven't made too many mistakes. There's always going to be a snafu here and there, but I think that overall my play has been pretty good. And August hasn't been that bad of a month so far yet. I mean, I don't want to jinx myself now. It's any run could be a stinker, and August started a little slow, but as we close out the first official weekend of August, I think that it's good to kind of keep everything focused, as always. When it comes to evaluating the month, we gotta look at, in the great majority of runs have been excellent this month here. And of course, it's all arbitrary at the end of the day. We're comparing one totally randomized factor to another, so there's obviously no overlap in terms of there being a constant, since everything is randomized for comparison. But it's still fun to just be like, oh yeah, June sucked. Oh man, July was pretty bad too. Oh, August is so much better. So if we get an orbital again, I will stick with Unicorn Stump. If we don't get an orbital, then I will go back and get Diplopia. Although the safe play may still be sticking with Unicorn Stump. However, the determining factor behind this is because if we get a Devil Deal, which we should, if we get one, I will not be able to afford more than one, and that's only if it gives us an extra life or if it gives us some kind of Soul Heart upon acquisition. We got Glass Eye, which is going to help out our damage. Our tears rate's slightly above average, and I mean very slightly above average. We say thank you to Unicorn Stump, even though we only used you, I think, once. It's the thought that counts. We on last week's question of the episode. This one coming in. Apologies about the alt tab. I gotta move OBS because it's blocking my view. This one coming in from the Great Calls Coach episode, and this one was sent in by Greatest Great. There was one question in the episode that got a bunch of upvotes, but that question had already been answered a couple times in regards to if Zombolis and the team get upset at me personally for criticizing balance changes and decisions, which the answer is no. They couldn't care less about my opinion, to be honest. But this one coming in from Greatest Great, who said, "What is your go-to favorite snack to enjoy while during a watch?" Now, I don't know what they mean by during a watch. I don't know if they mean just streaming or just in general. So I'm just going to say overall, just in general. As far as my favorite snacks, my default's always going to go to Sour Patch Kids. I love anything sour. The sourer, the better, and I can handle a pretty ridiculous amount of sour. Like there is a lot of citric acid that goes through these lips right here. I mean, I can go through an entire bag of Sour Patch Kids and just not flinch. Like, Sour Patch Kids are not BFF. They are not particularly that sour to me. I don't think that they are. I personally don't feel that they are all that bad. Now, people who aren't used to sour, then of course they're going to differ with that. But as someone who eats sour a lot, Sour Patch Kids are very, very tame. I've never been like puckered and being like, yeah, that was sour, to a Sour Patch Kid. If you want my favorite Sour Patch Kids, there's two particular flavors that I usually go to. Big fan of watermelon, of course, and strawberry. Those two are pretty much neck and neck. They're pretty much neck and neck. But the surprise one, and this is the one that's very difficult to find. I've talked about this, I think, last year. It may have been earlier this year. I don't remember. And that is the black cherry Sour Patch Kids, which you can only find on Amazon, and they're sold from Mexico. But I believe that they're called Black Cherry Bomb Sour Patch Kids or something like that. They're shaped like a cherry bomb, and they are excellent. If you got the cash and you don't mind spending a little bit to pay a little bit more, and by a little bit more I mean a lot more, for a bag of Sour Patch Kids, you can buy them by, I think, the 6-pack. And let me know if those of you who like sour candy like I do, man, you're gonna fall in love with them. I guarantee it. And also, it's a great opportunity for me to plug my affiliate store on Amazon. You can plug anything that you want in the Amazon channel on Discord. Just basically make sure there's no personal information on it, but paste the URL into the Amazon channel, and then I'll give you an affiliate link, which doesn't add anything to your final total. And I get a little bit of a kickback. Other favorite snacks of mine to eat if I'm just chilling or vegging out at home and not really wanting to do anything. I like Flavor Blasted goldfish. Big fan of those. I think that they're excellent for pretty much most occasions. In pretzels, pretzels and fruit. Really, I put fruit above all of it. Fruit is just, give me a banana and I'm happy, as long as it's not too ripe. This is where we start getting into a discussion on the football podcast, where we talk about the ripeness factor and tolerance of certain members that may be represented by a certain animal, namely alpaca Robert Patrol. And Rob likes his bananas like rotten, which is very on brand for Rob. But also, I'm as a friend of mine, I'm also kind of worried about him. Yeah, I'm always worried about Rob, but yeah, Rob, he doesn't like any yellow on his bananas. He is a brown banana boy. I believe that Bear also was kind of in the questionable range of ripeness when it comes to bananas. Me and Coach Krendor were pretty much on par with each other. I don't mind a slightly tannic banana. If it's a little bit ripe, that's fine, but I don't prefer them. I prefer the just turned yellow from green bananas. And then like sort of like a mid-level banana on the ripeness factor where there's no brown, but you know, it's a darker yellow. That's when the sweetest is when you have those bananas that are just like a day past of when they would be considered too ripe. Because they're just so sweet. Apples too. I can't not mention apples. Love snacking on apples. They're just slice them up and just crush on them. They're great. SMB Superfan's great here for the all stats up. Obviously, the big acquisition was Aya Belial here. Now we need to match this with a tiers upgrade. So getting Mr. Dolly and SMB Superfan definitely helped out, but we need to get more. I'm happy for what we have right now, but that doesn't mean that we can't be greedy and want more. BOGO bombs, we haven't really had bomb issues, and I'd rather save the money for premium items on another floor if we ever get the chance to. I mean, I guess. Hey, okay. If we get Keeper's Sack, we're gonna be very happy with having Keeper's Box. And yes, I am currently grinding RuneScape on the other monitor. I know. Look, every now and then, I'm just gonna say I may have to Alt Tab to move to the next Gemstone Crab. And by the way, thank you, the RuneScape veterans in the mosh pit out there who said the pros and cons of doing the new Gemstone Crab is the fact that obviously they don't drop anything. They don't drop bones. They don't drop anything. So I get that, but I'm a grinder, and I like just sitting here and just beating on this thing. I figure that they're all skills that I'm gonna have to catch up in anyway, so I might as well, if I can get quote work, I can get work done, but also get progression on my RuneScape account, then why not? You know, I can just sit here and just have it happily AFK farm on the farm XP anyway on the Gemstone Crab. Ooh, Sanguine Bond might be interesting here. Obviously, we're going to look for an HP generator. I think it's the safest thing we could do, or Book of Revelations, or not Book of Revelations, Book of Shadows. I will take the Book of Secrets for now, just because it does give us at least a little bit of mapping. We can go back and get this full charge here for 5 cents, and then use it to get the compass effect. So originally it gave us the blue map effect, and now it gave us the compass effect, so we can see where we're going. I did end up setting up a guild, if I didn't talk about it already, or clan, as they're known in RuneScape, old school RuneScape. So but the thing is that I'm not the leader of it deliberately, because the aforementioned, I don't want to commit to doing something like that, and then if I get bored of the game, or if I just stop playing for a while, I don't want people to feel like they've been kind of duped into playing because they wanted to play with Sinvicta. So that being said, though, talk to Limiting Zero in the Discord. He is our head moderator, and he runs the Raid Shadow Legends clan. He runs the OSRS clan. And he's your go-to, because he knows how the clan stuff works. I don't. We had somebody join who was, I guess, on a guest pass or something, and I didn't even know that was a thing. So, learning something new every day when it comes to RuneScape. I don't know about that. Feels like that was a weird angle there. I mean, it's my fault, but I'm annoyed by it. Shouldn't be taking any damage on freaking spikes of all things. It's a bad angle too. Moving up to the upper left of the screen is a little bit more tricky than going to the right. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm right-handed. Who knows? I'm pretty proud. Today I skilled up a lot of range. My crafting, I skilled up a lot of, which even impressed the veteran. Oh, we got hit by there. Even impressed the veteran watchers on Twitch how far I progressed with my crafting, and they could tell. I mean, it's obviously to a greater magnitude of understanding because obviously, you know, veteran players of RuneScape will know what those levels mean versus a casual enjoyer. So I spent a lot of money to get these gems that I needed in order to progress my crafting up a whole lot. And I needed to do crafting because one of the quests that I'm trying to do requires a crafting prerequisite. So now, unfortunately, I've got to do wood cutting and fire making. If the ladder can help us out here, I'll take miter. We're not guaranteed an Angel Deal item here, but it'd be nice if we got one. I love how ironic it is that we took Sanguine Bond and then have yet to see a Devil Deal. Stay here all day, bro. Another HP upgrade. Gonna buy the full card, or the half price key. I mean, not full card. Hey. There we go. Put a little bit of randomness there. I figured it was too tempting. I saw that yellow, the smaller yellow pill come out and took it as a sign. Of course, we need money to pay for the Angel Shop. Angel Shop is going to be currently our biggest chance of getting a power boost in this run because it's clear that the bosses are just going to give us HP again. So we have to narrow our focus to understand where the best possible chances for us to get some kind of upgrade is going to come from. And in this case, it's going to be the Angel Shop. It's going to be the most readily available. It's going to be the one that we can actually play. We actually have the economy to do so, and need to make sure that we've got enough money to just purchase anything that we want, including the 30-cent items. Agatory doing a great job. Got the map effect now on top of the blue map effect. Not to be confused with the Mass Effect, which is a game franchise that I've never actually played before. I know. Might be a huge shocker to people, but the Mass Effect series just never appealed to me. It really didn't. It looked very. It looked, you know, the stuff I like. I like space stuff. You know, I like going to multiple planets and just there's a whole universe out there of species of beings, and you know, a whole government body of the galaxy or what. I don't know what the lore behind Mass Effect is, but it's still, to me, it just came off as it's just a BioWare game that it's I don't know. For me, I can't quite put my finger on it, but I just don't like the single player, long form, story driven RPGs. I know that it's a little bit unfair to just boil the entire Mass Effect series down to that description. It's just, I don't know. Like, I played through Knights of the Old Republic. I loved it. I played KOTOR 2. I loved that game. or whatever the follow up one was called. And I even played the Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO, and that game is honestly how my YouTube career started, because that's how I met Husky. But there's just, I don't know, I'm just not a fan of it. It came off as something that I wouldn't enjoy. Could take the Bible. The Bible may have been a good idea there, because that would have qualified us 2 or 3 for Seraphim, but also given us the Bookworm transformation. So it was a little bit of a goof up there to not take the Bible. We need to hurry though if we're going to make boss rush. And we're prioritizing boss rush right now because I want to make sure that we get some kind of value for Aya Belial getting us this far. We want to capitalize on this and really truly maximize our potential here. Wiggle Worm, it does give us the tears up, but I'm going to go ahead and pass on that. But I'm still enjoying RuneScape a lot. It may not be the most interesting thing to stream whenever I'm just grinding. I try to mix it up and not just have it be me standing in front of the crab and then doing react videos or whatever the smart YouTubers do. I usually switch it up and do some tasks. Apparently the next big one I've got to do is the Lost City quest line, which unlocks the ability to travel via the fairy circles, which could have been very, very useful in my playthrough of the game so far. What are you? Hangman. We don't really need Hangman. Take the strength card just in case. Yeah, see, we don't need this much HP here, game. If we're like Tainted Maggie, then on the other hand, then you know we could talk, but we are not Tainted Maggie. I'd prefer to get a Devil Deal here. So I can at the very least tap a whole bunch on Sanguine Bond. Butterbean, yeah, it's not gonna cut it. Got 1 minute to get to Mom and beat her. We're gonna have to fly through. Excuse me. Have to fly through this stuff and kind of kamikaze our way over. It's gonna be a Christmas miracle and a half if we actually make it. We don't have time for this. I don't want either one of those. Got 19 seconds. Strangely enough, I still feel like we have a chance to make it. At least we know that the Devil Deal is not going to be one that we need to go to. If we can get into it, get there in 10 seconds. Hi, Belial. Oh, come on. Come on, game. Wow, that delay. You can't look at that and not say that was deliberate. Wow, game. All right, pitch a fit, I guess. I didn't want to pick that up. We're starting off at 6.73 damage here. And we get Incubus. Okay. We're just not going to get a damage upgrade. There we go, finally. Yeah, we got 2 damage upgrades, which is fine. Should have been a little bit more, though, I feel. Obviously, the bigger problem is that we skipped a whole lot of stuff. We skipped the item room and the shop on the last floor. So that's a bit unfortunate. It was a risk I was willing to take, though, given the fact that we had a chance for boss rush, but the game just decided to be a little brat about it. And we get an HP upgrade. Well, I'm going to stick with the left hand here. Good things can still happen with the left hand. Despite us not having a whole lot of damage to back up our DPS here, we're still cutting through these rooms. It's definitely where you need to be and want to be. Plenty of keys. I don't mind just checking this. Ooh. We may be taking Conquest Pony here over the Book of Secrets. Yeah, I think so. We need to get our HP up, and this also allows us to have a boss killing ability, so yeah. All right, come on, Angel Shop. Okay, there we go. Finally, some serious damage upgrades now. Crown of Light will double our damage as long as we have full red hearts on deck. If we don't have full red hearts, we don't get anything. We get a Stars card here, which you could maybe use now, I suppose. Yeah, thanks, Stars card. Appreciate it. You ain't no teleport meta. I mean, sometimes you are, but in this case, you're just trolling. Cinder Rock right meow. So we need to get our red hearts filled so we can get the double damage bonus from Crown of Light, as that will greatly increase our ability to clear these rooms. I am going to take the counterfeit penny because we still do need money. Despite the angel shop kind of coming up with not zilch, but kind of zilch. Isaac is a very, very much a what have you done for me lately type game. Technically, we could go into the curse room and get in and out of there for free. It's going to take a long time for us to get these red hearts filled, though. Maybe not as long now that we don't have the left hand. And obviously, we're going to save Conquest Pony for the boss. So. Good damage there. I don't know how she stayed alive that long. We did get a double deal. And Guppy's tail. It is a Guppy item. Yeah, we got a damage upgrade. Good. The damage upgrade. One more. Okay, we're done. We're done here. Remember, we gotta go fight Lamb, so we go back. Let's go back and get that soul heart. We can also go get those bone hearts as well. I mean, we might as well, right? Let's go get the 2 bone hearts from the reverse Hierophant card and then protect it with this soul heart until we can get some red hearts to fill the gaps there. I think that is a wise decision. So bosses are not going to be a problem with Conquest Pony. It's the journey to the boss that's a problem. Curse the Blind. Obviously, I'm not even going to bother buying anything. Curse the Blind. We still have one more shop guaranteed. Played yourselves, you idiots. We're finally getting some red hearts here. And the 9-volt with Conquest Pony, if we end up finding the 9-volt here, is very, very, very strong. I mean, Conquest Pony is just, it does so many, it's a multifaceted item. It does so many different things that are all beneficial. Namely, giving you the ability to fly, and it locks your movement speed. If you have a value underneath 1.5, then it will take you to 1.5 movement speed, regardless of items and anything like that. It totally ignores items. And then on top of that, you've got the charge attack, which can be used in a variety of different ways to avoid damage, including going into the curse room and out of for free. And then, of course, you add on top of that, you add Crack the Sky on top of that as well. I mean, how many more things do you want one spacebar item to do? And it just looks cool. It's the horse of conquest. Curse of Lost, so Book of Secrets would not have mattered anyway. There's Brimstone. Oh, man. Well, we have Hemoptysis, which I have not actually used yet. At all. I'm gonna skip Mom's Knife here. Yeah, we take Gaming's good. Sun's Habit's kind of whatever. Yeah, maybe we'll get a third Butterbean on this run game. Then we'd be really lucky. Yeah, just charge head first into the breach. Tried. Saw that ricochet coming. There are 6 cages in this dang room. Get the holy mantle. All right. We've reached another dead end. That's 2 so far on the Curse of the Lost. How did we do it? Etc. etc. Now, why did I mention Hemoptysis? Well, because it does do the curious task of putting on the Brimstone Curse, which causes enemies who are all cursed to take double damage from Brimstone. Now, what you're seeing here, this is our damage. Another dead end, by the way. How does he do it? What you're seeing here is the not maxed out version of our current damage, because we don't have Crown of Light currently active, because the game's just not going to give us a red heart drop. But boy howdy, if it did, Brimstone Curse would be doing even more damage. You can also use Hemoptysis for, or Hemoptysis. I don't know how to say it. You can use it for knocking back stuff if things are getting a little too close and personal for you. Found another dead end, of course. How does he do it? And another dead end. How does he do it? We'll take Shielded Tears here with Brimstone. See that little sneeze that Isaac does. That is the Tainted Azazel power, and also the one that you unlock after doing all of his post-it notes. I'm done being patient with you, War. I feel like I can do that too. And I'm pretty sure the other conquests, Crack the Sky killed the other conquest because he was charmed. And we found another, you guessed it, dead end. How does he do it? And we found another, you guessed it, dead end. How does he do it? Surely this man has to be doing it on purpose, right? There's no other logical explanation for how someone could possibly find every single wrong way to go on every single map. Binding of Isaac. There's too many factors that say that is impossible. But oh no, friends. What you're seeing here is the, how did we do a circle? Well, since we're going to be on this map for it looks like another 10 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and move my, going to go ahead and move to the next crab here, because, this map is, I don't even know what's going on anymore, dude. Somehow we ended back to the start. I thought that I was going in the only other direction we could have possibly gone. Now I don't know where the hell we are. This was the double dead end. Keep going this way? Sure did. Well, you can thank this absolutely god-awful map for costing us the victory lap today. There we go. Now, how much you want to bet? And I will deliberately lose this soul heart. We got to do it before we fight Lamb. How much you want to bet that we saw the entire map? I'm going to temporarily give myself Black Candle. Yeah. It's truly a superpower that nobody wants. I mean, it just never ceases to amaze me. There, I've paid for my restitution there for giving myself Black Candle just to see the memes. But overall, I mean, this was a very solid run again. Closing out a week of solid runs here on the channel. And we are still getting new signups for the Patreon as well. So if you have signed up for the $5 Patreon tier and higher, but have not received a beta invite yet, because at the time of this recording, the beta invites have not gone out. So I don't know if it's guaranteed to have gone out by now. There may have been a hiccup or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm speaking to you from the past. So, but if I've made the announcement on Patreon that the closed beta test has begun for $5 patrons and higher, and you don't have access and you're confirmed to have that level of access, please contact me. You can ping me in Discord if you want. Just say, hey, I signed up, the payment went through, and I never got access, and we will make sure that it is corrected immediately. So, that being said, thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you're looking forward to tomorrow's random run day. Remember, we are only one video away from 3,000 likes and getting ourselves the tier list for the Repentance Plus characters and beyond. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great start to your Saturday. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like this pages of mine, like Mr. Moneybags, Fork Corp, and Nicholas. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/IsaaC. Invicta. And sign up today for the $5 tier or higher to get closed beta access to the Randomizer app.